We're recording.
Oh, wait.
See, this is what I'm saying. You don't know how we're doing.
3 seconds of it.
Never seen such a view before.
Something before my eyes.
So much for me to explore. It's where my future lies. I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow.
Something
Here the future looks bright for me. And it's all up to me how far I go. It's my time to break away. I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow. Today. Man, we gotta just start every episode
We did really good.
with a 90s theme song like that.
Yeah. Do you want to do the ads now?
No, I don't even know if we can. We might have peaked already.
Nah.
That's the we can do it.
Okay, fine. Do you have them ready?
Yeah, dude, of course. I always have them ready to go because we're the #1 comedy business podcast in the world. What we won more awards and I forgot to put them in the rundown.
I have them written down somewhere.
We're like really good and stuff. We won more fake awards, guys. What? I mean real awards. It's not a trophy scam. We won them for 2024 already.
I know. Well, I mean, it's obvious.
Buy this trophy. Tell everybody about it. Corporate Vision magazine.
Well, don't piss them off. I mean, it's still nice to get the thing.
There's no way anybody from that shell corporation has listened to this podcast.
How dare you?
If you have, get at me. We know one person that listened.
You sure about that?
Our last guest on the show that asked to put their episode down.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get around to it. This episode is brought to you by Zupyak, the first search-optimized AI writer. Zupyak just launched the first AI writer on the market where search data is integrated into AI writer workflow. No knowledge needed about SEO to create content that will have better search impact in seconds, not hours. Zupyak.com, ZUPYAK.com, promo code SWEAT. Where's our producer and third mic going? Why is he leaving? John Paul.
I don't give a shit.
Hey, if you want to be cool, unlike our producer and third mic that just walked out, subscribe to the pod.
Cool, Eric.
Eric! That was pretty good. I was almost 1 for 1 on that. Subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah.
Give us a little 5-star, write a review, share the show with a friend, coworker, a loved one, and let's get this party started.
It's called SweatEquity.
Standing at the hottie toddy.
You ruined it.
You are listening to the SweatEquity podcast.
Woo. Did he really just bounce?
Yeah, what a chicken.
Did he leave?
Yeah.
Drove away?
Bro, just today I was messing around with the podcast soundboard and I had He's a Chicken in there for 3 fucking years.
The Gentleman series is
And I took it
exquisite.
out.
Oh my gosh.
Today.
You can get that other one. I don't want you to
George,
act
hold
like
on,
a
I
chicken.
bet I could actually do it right now.
I don't want you to act like a chicken. I want you to be a chicken.
Well, don't get crazy. I can't
want
take
that one.
requests, you know.
That scene with a coked up guy in a chicken outfit in a mansion with gangsters telling him to be a chicken.
He's a chicken.
Joe Bluth.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was.
I have others.
You got more. What else we got in here?
Because you're a chicken.
This is why we're
George
#1.
Senior.
This is why we're
What
#1,
other Bluths
dude.
do you want to hear say it?
Good job. The mom, Lucille, because
I had it somewhere.
R.I.P.
I might have it.
Because she reminds me of my aunt for some reason.
You've mentioned that.
Well,
So your
my
aunt's hot.
Okay. Shout out to Ann Mullis. What's up? Top realtor in South Tampa.
Oh, and successful, huh?
She's 80, still pretending not to smoke in her car.
Oh, man. Good for her.
Yeah. And always chews gum, but blows bubbles in the molars. You know one of those people?
Oh, it's like a loud
It's-
pop.
it's
It's,
a
not.
slap
It's not as much.
that-
Yeah, it's like a tick sound.
Now, you don't like it hearing it all the time in conversation, but you're jealous because it's like someone who can whistle really well, with the 2 fingers in the mouth.
Yes.
God.
You're just mad because you can't do it.
I can't. You can do it?
No.
Okay. I was like, I can get a good whistle.
I wish.
I can do that.
I can't even do that. I can barely whistle regular anymore. I forgot how to whistle.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but like
That sounds like you're trying to get Freebird going in a
feel
bar.
like my lips don't work anymore.
Freebird.
My lips don't work.
By the way, I don't know if I ranted on here about this, but Freebird becoming a joke, kind of call out from the audience, a heckle, if you will. That song still fucking rocks ass. It's the best song.
Rock's ass is good.
Yeah, good ass.
Okay.
Not bad ass.
You sure about that?
Not bad, pause ass.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
We still got the...
What?
Yeah, we still got the manager.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Don't worry.
Okay, great. I'm really flummoxed because we were promised our former all-the-time producer. If you go back a couple hundred episodes, he was in every episode as our third mic, making it weird for us.
Yeah, 100. You think?
It was a couple hundred. It was a while ago, but I'm saying
He was there a lot, but
Because you're a chicken.
he did every episode for a good while
yeah.
in their old office studio, and then
But then he had a divider.
right,
We
which
had the
was kind of cool.
producer. It was very cool, but that's why
And I wasn't even going to bring up like abortion to get them all riled up.
Thank you.
Just ask questions like I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean-
your face just go, fuck. Damn it.
I feel like it's
You
a
love
social
abortion.
responsibility.
Yeah.
No, not what I said.
You love it.
No.
You buy them for friends as gifts.
That's a hilarious gift.
It's
Send it to a married man.
It's a really good gift. $600. Jesus, spending a lot.
Yeah, geez, never mind.
I heard that's the going rate. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You were like, oh, really quick with that pricing.
I've heard it referenced by a lot of stand-up comedians.
By a lot of front desk people.
Former guest on the show, former multiple-time guest on the show, John Jacobs. He touts that.
Right.
He's had about 8 of them, and next one's free. I think that's how it works.
Well, it's all about volume.
I mean, isn't that crazy? And he would hook up his strippers,
Dude,
and I'm like, dude,
that just blows my mind.
and the fact that he's still alive is kind of cool.
Yeah, oh, that's badass.
I mean, that
Good
kind
for
of
you.
reckless abandon is like just
I mean, he had to flee to Europe.
maybe he might. I think he's in New York again. I don't know.
Oh,
He's a vagabond.
I mean, he makes stuff happen.
Look, I look at his life via social media, and I'm like, man, that I might be him. I might be wandering if I didn't have kids.
Yeah.
I think every dad has that fantasy for about 5 seconds
Right.
of like, oh man, it'd be kind of tight to live in a van or a car or on the street.
Yeah, after you close the door to the kids, putting the kids in, you walk around to the driver's side and have your fantasy moments.
Oh, I mean, as soon as my daughter's yelling about me because she's nervous about something going on, like we had to make a big poster for my son, so it's not even her project, and I can feel her like energy change of like alpha,
Oh, no.
and I had to explain like, your brother's the lead on this. You said you would help.
Right. You're
And she's
just
like,
a
I want to be.
consultant.
She goes, I want to be the lead, like legit. No, like fury.
Good luck with that.
She's gonna be a CEO, dude. Like a psycho Fortune 100
Psycho
CEO.
core.
Ooh, I'm in trouble, man. It was like I had to send her in
He's
timeout.
going to fire you, bro.
I don't want to work for her. That's for sure.
No.
She still kind of half believes
Scary.
I'm the Thor of Tampa Bay, a lie I made up, and said because she upset me, I made it rain outside.
Oh, that's
So I still got a little kid.
that's setting the bar nice and low for yourself.
I had to write
What happens when it rains and they're like, stop making it rain? And you're
she does the thing where she's like, you
shit.
didn't make that happen. I go, well, no, I can
Prove
make it
it.
happen. I just let the weather be. I have to improv.
Oh, yeah.
It's like singing to your kids in the car. It's kind of just your own fun inside joke.
Yeah, sure.
Like they kind of hate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
All the time. Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, turn this down. I go, you got headphones. And they go, they don't work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's put on some Bonnie Tyler.
And then you do that too. You mispronounce it 5 times, and you can't move on until you find out.
Major dad brain, dude.
Pronunciation.
What's going on in your world? Anything interesting?
The podcast you were going to upload that I did solo, I talked about being on the Mindfuck podcast with Chris.
Ooh, I want to, yeah. So if you're listening right now, previous episode, I uploaded a little too late. I wanted to get it on Monday. It was on Thursday. We were
So close.
little behind the scenes. It's Thursday as we're
Yeah.
recording this. So how was getting your brain fucked, your mind? Penetrated.
It was good. It was good.
Was he slow?
No.
Did he
Very
take you
gentle,
out first?
Gentle.
He raw dog your nog.
I mean, I like afterwards. I was like, now we have to get him back on so I can ask him questions about what was happening.
So walk us through it. We got some time.
Yeah, it was basically Eric. What's happening?
This is Chris King, right? That's
Yes.
his name. Yeah. Great guest. He was a couple episodes back. If you want to hear him.
Sorry about the audio. We don't know what happened. Yeah, he was just like, what's going on? You know, I explained I'm in a rut. Normally, I'm pretty self-motivated, and I mean, we just went through what's been going on with me for the last 2 years or so.
As we're recording his episode, you're a guest on is not up yet.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it came down to figuring out why I'm not motivated.
Mm-hmm.
And the end result was basically him figuring out that I don't like. Basically, it was like, what do I want to do? Like, you know, and I was like, I want to make people laugh for a living.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm not doing that is because in the past I have seen it as something for me, like as something like
Interesting.
So like I just put it aside. But then he explained that I'm waiting on this thing while this thing is waiting on me. I thought that was a nice little line.
It's always great when you can turn a phrase and you just flip it around and you sound so wise.
Yeah.
The basketball's not shooting. You're shooting the basketball.
Yes,
And you're like,
exactly.
huh?
Huh?
Whoa, dude.
So yeah, it was about just how I'm not doing it for the right reasons. I'm doing it because I owe the universe to do this thing. Because it's like, it's been there for a long time. We went back in my childhood. We talked about how, you know, I would watch comedians doing stand-up and shit like that.
And you're funny.
Thank you.
That's another part that is
Yeah.
vital to this.
Yes, that's true.
You don't have delusions of grandeur.
Right.
Right? That's a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
In the beginning, at least.
Yeah. So he ended it sort of saying, like, I'm going to put the fear of God into you, because for him, he paralleled his own life and said, you know, I had to have everything taken from me before I was like fully woken up to what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I feel like I'm on that track, sort of, you know, like, okay, you know, so it was good.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
That's why that movie rips.
Once school gets out, man, I get some energy. Oh, shit.
Yeah, and agencies getting a lot of work, getting ready for you to come back into the mold, come back in there. Because like you said a while ago, just kind of flippantly, we're just kind of doing this so we could fuck around and do sketches and stand up and
Right.
all that, you know, after
Ultimately, we have the same
paying bills and shit.
Yeah, we have the same ideas for
and-
what we should do.
And being aloof to our kids. After that,
That's not true.
I wish I could be aloof, Dad. I don't have that ability. Like I can't turn it off. If they say, I wish I could just zone out. Every dad I know.
Minion will be calling you aloof before you know it.
Oh, they think I'm aloof. I put my headphones in. Don't get me wrong. But I'll be like, what? I can't not. But if I don't have them in, I can't. I still have to like. I can't just do like every dad I've ever seen in my life and just not hear it at all.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm past that part. I'm already to
I feel like
middle schooler.
You got that, but you had that skill. I've seen it.
Yes, thank you.
Not in a bad.
Like,
I don't.
to talk to Avery now is like
your daughter.
I knock on the door. It's closed, obviously, and she's like, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
Not mean, not anything, but she's just like, "Okay."
Just matter of fact.
Right, just like, "Okay." I'm on the phone.
Does that catch you off guard? You're like, nothing.
I'm like, okay, well, yeah, everything looks good here. Check some light bulbs. Door looks level. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
No, it's good
I feel like that says all that was what I could do there.
It's good your kids are just a little bit older because I can just look at that as a track.
Yeah.
And like my daughter woke me up Monday night. I was outside, came back in. They were presumably asleep. And like the 1 second I didn't look on my phone because I'll watch them like a nanny cam on my phone if I'm outside after I put them to bed. And like the 1 second I put it away and walked upstairs or whatever, she was crying. Well, like, where are you?
Of course.
I peed the bed. And I was like, God. And then I was like, I don't have to tell you where I'm going. I was watching you guys.
To you.
I had to get my steps in around the parking lot. Is that okay? Yeah.
You know something I just remembered about the Mindfuck podcast?
No, I got more questions. So.
Well, this was just something I was like, you know, you do it afterwards, and you're like, wait, was he testing me?
Am I his protege?
There was. Does he want me to be like him? We were talking about, and I can't recall if it was at the same time that this was happening, but like we're talking. He was asking me like, when am I filtered? You know, like when do I not just say what I want to say, sort of thing. And I was like, well, in a professional setting, I'm pretty filtered, especially teaching. But at the same time, he was eating food, like while we were talking
On the show?
Yes.
To fuck with you?
Was he?
I don't know.
Because I didn't say anything.
Well,
And I'm like, was he eating to see if I would say something, to see if I was filtered or not? And I was like, damn it.
ooh, a red herring? Like,
But I feel like I should get credit now that I like just thinking of it afterwards. Like
for
half
noticing it?
credit.
What was he eating? That matters.
He was, what was he eating?
If you say pineapple, I'm gonna nut.
He had a big half a watermelon. No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I want to say a salad.
Now, when he went through his life, I'm always like, man, mine's not nearly as bad as his upbringing kind of sounded.
Yeah.
You know, it's that thing of like, your worst trauma is your worst trauma. It's like, it's the same. It's maybe comparatively, it's not the same,
Right.
but like, it's the same for you as it is that for that person.
Yeah.
A little bit, whatever.
That's where your scale is set to.
Or as I think Seinfeld said, like there's comics that most of them have the trauma in their childhood or they get it later.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've kind of,
Yeah. I feel like you and I got it later.
yeah. But, you know, I was thinking about you a lot because I was kind of in a rut. No, I was just in a rut and I was like, Eric! Oh, I haven't had one of these in a while. You know, like stressed, overwhelmed, but not able to do shit
Right.
normally, you know, at your
Yep.
a normal clip and then not sleeping. And that fucks me up. And so, because you feel shitty that you're not getting shit done.
Right. Which makes
Blah,
you feel
blah. And then
shittier. And then you're like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah. And then it just hits a fucking stop sign. You're like, all right, I'm going to not worry about this because I have to sleep at some point. I can't do the first act of Fight Club kind of, am I awake or asleep kind of thing? Because I got to drive my kids to school and back, and that feels drunk.
Yeah, you don't
when
wanna
you're
play,
tired.
Yeah, am I awake or asleep while I'm driving?
And so, like I've talked about over the years on the show, like I try to get back to the habit list, the routines, like be very strict about it, be very conscious of it. For you though, I want to go back to, you know, doing comedy for others. I think you will put everybody else's needs ahead of yours. And that would be my kind of diagnoses.
Right. Well, that's what basically we were saying.
Well, yes, but it was like doing comedy for the fans. I don't want you, I hope you don't
Not
get
for the fans.
Okay. Or the audience.
The universe.
Okay.
For the greater whatever it is.
I'd rather that, but if you become one of those stand-ups that gets into it and you go, I do it for the audience, this is my thing, this is my craft. I'm gonna fucking punch you in the nose.
No.
Yeah, because those guys suck and they're not funny usually.
Yeah.
They're usually the world's biggest acts.
Yeah, they play cheap jokes.
Do you feel like you're not doing your, like, I think about it like I gotta get and it took me a while to unfuck this out of my life. Like, I got to do my basic. I was like, I'm going to not try to do 100 things anymore.
Yeah.
And go to all these parties and events I don't even want to go to a lot of the time. And have these pick your brain meetings and all that bullshit. And like lunches that don't matter. There's no point to them.
Yep.
I really just go.
It's just a quick 20-minute chat just to get to know each other. Maybe we could be mutually beneficial.
Don't get me wrong. I love a good lunch chat, but it's you got to drive there. It's an hour at least, and then another drive back. So it's a 2-hour midday thing.
Right.
When time is of the essence almost always, and it's like 20% of the time it's a good lunch when you get those.
Yeah.
But like, so I like really eliminated a lot of that shit out of my life. Like,
that's good.
Pandemic helped too, because it's like everybody's like, all right, you're gonna filter out who's really your friend and who isn't, kind of thing. But I was like, I'm gonna focus on comedy in no particular order. Comedy, my kids, my own health, work, and I put comedy as part of this.
Yeah.
And so it's just like that really made it a lot easier to go, all right, this is the base of shit I got to get done.
Yeah.
And then go from there as far as I need to go with all of that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it helps you reprioritize too. Like, there's often times where you might have something that you like, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. It's like, do I actually have to do this? And am I thinking of it in a way that's making it harder on myself? Am I doing it the best way I can do it to just get it done? Like, what am I missing here? Because sometimes I'll do it where it's like, I didn't think of it, I could do it that way. I should have just done it, and then it would have been 5 seconds or something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. Kind of being mindful of the thing you're doing at the same time. I've been trying to test myself, like maybe I shouldn't have my AirPods in all day. And I might actually get more done than, or more creative. Yeah. So I pulled back on that, and
I could definitely see more creative. I mean, it depends. What you're listening to podcasts.
Yeah, and
that's different. If it's music, I feel like it would be better.
Well, yeah, for sure. And what it does is it feels like you've had conversations with people, but I've just been like working by myself all day, kind of thing.
Laughing your
Well, and then I referenced Dan Soder on the Honeydew. This one helped me knock out of a funk too. Was he talks about a really traumatic childhood, and he's like, I didn't sit in it, and I realized I was like doing all these other things to not have to sit in that.
Yeah.
To get out of it, right? So it was like he was like I was avoiding it, and I wasn't just having to deal with it and sit in it. You can distract yourself with a lot of with work. Honestly, a lot of people do. A lot of guys do that for sure.
It's like there's a big pile of shit, and you're gonna eat that pile of shit one way or another. You can take little bites, or you can just dig in and eat it all at one time.
Eat a Buick, as Corolla says.
Okay.
You can eat a Buick if you want to. Put a little bit on your cereal every day. You'll eat a whole Buick.
Yeah. Piece by piece.
Yep. So what, have you done anything different since?
Nah. Not really.
And are you going to do anything different after this episode?
Yes, I have done something different. I recorded another solo episode after that one.
I would say that I can slowly see your brain coming back online. With more creative shit you're doing, with the solo stuff.
I forgot to tell you I was writing something exciting that's doable for us.
Okay.
I'm going to give it away.
Okay, yeah.
But, yes, I have been slowly getting the creativity back. But, yeah.
To me,
I was just telling Rocco today. He was like...
Your boy?
He was talking about...
I've abandoned my boy.
He was talking about... He's like... I feel like I got better at Gorilla Tag, his VR gorilla tagging game. I don't know. He's like, I got better. I probably only got like 1% better though.
Yeah.
And I was like, learning moment. 1% every day. It adds up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. And he's like, actually, it was probably like 0.5%. I'm like, that still counts, all right? Above 0 counts. Anything above 0.
Yeah.
Go in the right direction.
You're getting better, you're getting worse.
Right. There's no, I mean, you don't have a neutral day. Did you do better than you did yesterday somehow?
The incremental.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That was your podcast, the solo podcast title.
I've still been playing the music at the beginning.
I've listened.
No, you haven't.
No. I get it for free. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw solo eps
It's
up.
interesting. There's a little Easter egg in there to see if you were listening. And
I saw
here
the
we
summary.
go.
I saw something about me being a professional wrestler.
Nope, that's not the Easter egg.
Oh.
That's real. You're going to be a professional wrestler.
I'm going to do roids after I turn 40.
You're going to be a falcon guy. You're going to get one of those leather things that they put on their arm, and you're going to have a falcon fly in. It's going to be fucking rad.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't daydream about being a falconer at some point.
Right.
But I hate birds. You forget that. Birds don't like us. I hate
You
them.
have to like the bird. Okay?
You have
It's
to
a
love
prop.
them.
It's a prop.
No, they.
You think Jake the Snake Roberts loves snakes? No.
Oh, you think that's going to be my character? Is a falconer?
Yes.
Hasn't that already been done?
Was it?
I think so. Like, they've had a lot of characters. Yeah. I was thinking about wrestling today in terms of A/B creative testing, and they will literally just go, you know what? You're Bruce the barber now. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a barber?
Yeah.
That's my whole thing? That's my shtick?
Just throw him out there, make him come up with his story on the spot.
My son's been doing the John Cena thing to me nonstop. The hand wave in the face.
Could you see it though?
I couldn't. I go, where'd you go? Oh my gosh.
There you go.
It's a good dad joke if someone's wearing camouflage too.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Well, so have you sat down and been like a thoughtful kind of plan and outline? You know, the end is the beginning, as our former guest, the Redbeard dude, said that we talked about. Kind of everything's should be kind of seen reverse engineering a little bit.
Good question. Good question.
You're thinking about
I'm
doing
thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my head.
Yeah.
Not even really though. For me, it's just like I'm just get moving in the right direction and let it build, let the momentum build,
That's good.
and then it'll
You'll get to there.
it'll come to me.
Yeah. Well, at a certain point too, you will. When I was like depressed, I was like, it's almost a little selfish in a weird way.
Yeah.
Because like I'm so mired in like,
Yeah. Oh, boo.
I can't do.
Nobody gives a shit.
Well, people gave a shit because I was Eeyore, kind of, or I was like manically talking to everybody about what's going on, and I sounded like I was on coke all the time. It was like, oh, this is thirsty.
Yeah.
But it was like, it's about me all the time kind of deal. And I was like, at a certain point, I was like, I don't
even give a shit about
I'm tired
this
of
anymore.
hearing my own voice. Like,
Right.
Or,
No, that's
or the
like-
same repetitive thoughts, rumination.
Yes. I feel like that's when you have your breakthrough.
Yeah.
When you're like, I don't fucking care anymore, whatever.
Well, and
Like that's basically what's happening. Is like you stop putting that energy into whatever it is and just being like, okay, this is kind of boring.
yeah, and like it'll minimize it when you hear real traumatic stuff.
Sure.
For me, at least.
Yeah.
That helps kind of,
Exactly.
comparisons the thief of joy kind of thing.
Right.
It kind of works
We
both
got
ways.
Roofs over our heads and food to eat.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter because now when you have kids, you're just like that. I have to make sure I'm good enough for them first,
Yes.
and doing just enough. The Milton Berle rule, as Bill Simmons used to quote. You know what that is?
No.
So he talks about Milton Berle in the back green room of SNL, like in the 70s, I want to say. So Milton Berle was well endowed.
I was gonna say, is it about his big dick?
And they used to do someone.
You sure about that?
How would you know?
Someone would. It's in the SNL book. I know that that came out in like early 2000s, I think. But it was like they would have like a whose dick's bigger contest because we're talking mid Coke
Right.
era, and in SNL, which is probably the epicenter in New York, and so they would pull it out, and he would win, and then he'd turn to someone and go, "I just pulled out enough
Yeah.
to win," and you're like, "Damn, that is a legendary
That's cool.
piece and kind of slogan. So it's like when you're just doing the bare minimum, you're like, this is a D- in life. It's getting me by. I don't love it either, but it's not an F.
Right.
And you kind of justify it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best way to think of it.
No, because it's
not an F.
It's a dick thing butting up against rearing children.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I need to work on that.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of P. Diddy.
Yikes.
Fucking thing sucks.
The diddler.
P. Diddler.
Right in front of all our eyes, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Mace pretended to be a pastor to get out of this complicated system he has on people.
I didn't know anything about that.
You haven't heard that?
No.
Yeah, Mace.
It makes me too, like, I saw a video of him and Justin Bieber, and it was like, ugh,
So I think
cringy.
it was like, apparently on Epstein Island, what they do is like, they get video of you doing something. They make sure that you were going to do something, and they got you.
Yeah.
Now you're with them. You're stuck.
Yep.
And now it's like a mafia thing. Like they got dirt on you, dude. You're not going to out us.
Yep.
Right? And so, what's it called? P. Diddy apparently used to do the same thing. And I'm like, Mace is brilliant because there's no avenue you can quit. Like at the prime, right? We're
Right, because you're making him money.
1998, 99. Yeah. And we know what he does with his money now. It's extravagant pedophilia. Allegedly. We don't want to get sued. But it's one of those things where I was like, that's so fucking brilliant if you think about it, because you can't mess with a pastor.
Right.
Especially in the 90s kind of thing. Like,
you're going to come at him?
And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be a pastor now. And Mace
slowly backs out of the room.
By the way, good podcast, Mace and Cameron, and they only talk about sports. It's pretty funny.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I was like, that's how complex he made his system. The diddler? Diddy? His name was Diddy.
He really was like, hiding in plain sight.
That's what I'm saying. I've been talking about this on stage.
Now.
Like, we just put up with him.
Right.
To get to Biggie.
Like, we didn't even... Puff Daddy? What the hell does that mean?
And now you're like, oh, that could be him. He could be saying, I love sucking cock. I'm the daddy of all cocksuckers.
Puffing could be, you puff it.
Right.
Give it a little puff.
Right. And we used to listen to him just ramble at the beginning of songs.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like he would occasionally do a verse that you were just like, get to the next verse. Get to we'll make it through money.
The next guy.
You get the middle slot, mo money, mo problems because you stink.
Yeah.
Right? That's for the bad boy rapper, the bad boy rapper.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, dude. At every apex of celebrity, do you just become a or are you driven by your fucking weirdo kink, or is it you get there and it's like, oh, you like little boys now?
I don't get it. Like, I don't understand how you could fall victim to it.
It's got to be a driver. It's like, I need to be successful so I can do whatever I want.
Right. But, I mean, do they not have their limits?
Dude, I just came up with a brilliant idea.
Okay, hit me with it.
You know pedophile hunters? You know these like amateur pedophile hunter guys?
Yeah, I guess.
On YouTube and stuff? You never seen them?
I mean, I know of it.
It's wildly... You'll get five videos and you're like, this is kind of entertaining. And then you kind of start feeling like the pedophile hunters are pedophiles too. And like, I got you first before you could get me. And because they'll be like, and then you find out they don't really get arrested after that. And they're kind of fucking up any real sting that might go on.
I saw a spoof video where it was guys pretending to be pedophile hunters. And like, we got this guy. Says he's an 8-year-old boy and he's coming over here to hang out with another 8-year-old boy.
That's hilarious.
And they open the door, it's an 8-year-old boy standing there, and they're like, just ends.
That's
silence where they're just like, shit.
Well, what they'll do is they'll find this guy find these guys in public, and then they'll make them like do embarrassing stuff like, I need you to be a chicken, not act like a chicken. Do it. They'll make them do like shit like that, like almost like verbal hazing.
For what?
or they're gonna
or they're gonna call the cops.
look. These nebbishy pedophiles, they freak out because they're all like weird introverted guys. So like the fact that anybody's like talking to them in public with a camera on.
Yeah, but like these
fucking,
guys with the cameras, they're kind of pieces of shit too. If that's what they're doing,
I know, but they're not thinking that. They're like, oh shit, I got caught.
No, I'm not talking about him. The guys who are making them act like a chicken and shit. Like it's not. It's
I know
like,
that's where
it's like, what is your motivation?
That's what I'm saying. You can't rabbit hole down these because it's diminishing returns after you're like, this is stupid.
Right.
Well, just fuck him up or arrest him or something.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
cool.
what do you want here? If you want justice, call the cops.
If you have a justice boner.
Right.
One of the best former YouTube channels I used to watch. Just people doing like citizens arrest and shit. But like it fucks up any, like if the cops are actually going after a guy, it does fuck up that case.
Right.
So a public video of getting caught in Joann's Fabric parking lot with a pedophile hunter, I guess is bad, but they don't have any friends anyway, kind of thing. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And it's weird when they catch a woman. That's always fucking really creepy to me. Guys, not so creepy.
Well,
no, it's creepy. I'm just saying. I made it sound like
it's not as weird.
Yeah, it's atypical. How about that? But all right, my idea is we could sell this to Vice. We go, Vice, you were cool 10 years ago. Remember that? Remember when you were cool? Now you're a piece of shit.
You sure about that?
All Vice stuff sucks now. They used to be on the vanguard of real journalism, like guerrilla style journalism.
Right.
We pitch it to them first, right?
Okay.
And we neg them in the pitch.
Right.
We go,
obviously.
Remember, dude, you guys rocked at one point.
Right.
Except for telling where John McAfee was, and then he got killed or suicided. But you know that happened, right?
The guy who pooped through the
but also like a
canopy. What was it?
He pooped through a hammock on whores he had in a Belize like compound on the beach.
Right.
But still a brilliant guy.
That's what I heard about.
And that's his fetish. And it was very clear that was his thing. So I'm okay with it. It's gross, but you know.
Two consenting adults,
right.
I guess.
Right.
You know, I mean, she's probably paying them a lot of money.
With 40 bodyguards with huge guns around this place.
Yeah.
I got to rewatch that documentary.
Pitch it to me.
We go pedophile hunt for real. We go get Diddy. He's in Antigua. He's in one of these countries you can't get extradited. We go for America. We do this for America. And we pedophile hunt P. Diddy, the diddler. I mean, if that's not a tease, we got to end this episode. That's the biggest.
I love it. I'm in.
Right?
Where the hell is Antigua?
It's one of them islands where you store tax.
We'll find it.
Stuff. It's a tax shelter. There's no real military kind of place. He's in one of those places.
Oh man, so
yeah,
a lot of resistance.
We're gonna have to go in blackface probably to get into this. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a tough sell for Vice.
And me, also.
Yeah, I'm saying both of us.
No, I mean the sell of blackface is a tough.
Oh no, you love it. You were Mr. T for Halloween last year. But that was out of respect. That wasn't an Al Jolson thing. That was like Mr. T.
Why would we have to do blackface?
I think white guys on these Caribbean islands, when he's insulated himself.
We'll get real tan.
Oh, you know what? We'll come in from the inside. No pun intended. Don't be gross. We will be like assistants on the property at first.
Yeah.
We'll be like, I'm an AV guy because we can do cord management kind of shit.
Yeah.
And no one's going to call us out on that shit.
Plus, that helps with the surveillance.
Boom. Exactly. We have our own.
We're installing a security system.
Yeah. And that security system has a tiny little camera on top of the camera.
Right. And
that they don't know
tiny
about.
Camera, another tiny camera.
And we install another Wi-Fi with a satellite router.
Yes. We clone it.
Boom.
That's pretty much, we know what we're doing.
We need to get a hold of Mace to get some intel, and I just want to hang out with him.
We should invite Mace.
Well, Mace, he might be our like Trojan horse in kind of thing.
Right.
Oh, Mace wants to do a concert at your pedophile aisle mansion.
He wants to do a makeup concert.
He wants to talk to you.
He wants to do like, Kumbaya concert for you.
He wants to talk about the Lord
the up
to
and
you.
up. Right. He wants to sing about the Lord, and that's it. And those two white guys, they're just here.
He says he doesn't want you to. He doesn't want you to go the way of Jim Baker. Jim. You don't know Jim Baker?
It's a pretty common name, I feel like.
The huge evangelical preacher that had like the 700 Club.
See, if you said Tammy Faye Baker.
Right. You got to watch The Eyes. The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Really good.
Okay.
With Jessica Chastain as Tammy Faye Baker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Really good. And Spider-Man 2 as Jim Baker.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Andrew Garfield.
Oh, actually, I don't know if I saw that one.
It's good. I mean, it's creepy. The fact that it's not. It's like, oh man, this is what the season 3 of Righteous Gemstone's about. They make like a vacation area and they sell this resort timeshares, and that's how they made the dickload of money they did.
Right.
Right. They go, you have a lifetime access pass to this timeshare, and then it was a piece of shit property.
Yeah.
And they bailed.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
are you happy with it?
I'm really good how this turned out. I mean, John Paul should have been here.
Me too. But
Chicken. It's a chicken. It's a chicken. It's a chicken. It's a chicken.